Welcome friends to the 2027 Genesis GV80. I'm going to be covering the official updates from Genesis themselves for both the SUV and the coupe model in this video, and if you stay tuned until the end, I will be sharing with you how you can save on new luxury vehicles. Alright, let's get started here with the SUV updates first. So apparently the rear exterior badging, including the model name, the powertrain, and the drivetrain, all of those badges, they are now going to come standard on all trim levels, okay? And regarding the folding third row seats, it's now going to be power folding on the advanced and the prestige trim level of the 2.5T four-cylinder engine, and the power folding third row seats, it'll also be available on the 3.5T V6 prestige model as well. The rest of the models, they get the manual folding third row seats, which in my opinion is actually fine. I personally find that the manual folding seats, it's just less of a hassle and you can just simply do it right away by pulling a switch. But regardless, the mood curator was previously available on all trim levels of the GV80 SUV. Well, now it's only going to be available on the prestige trim levels of the four-cylinder and the V6 models. And regarding the 3.5T V6, there's actually two prestige models, the regular prestige and the Prestige Black. If you like everything blacked out on your GV80, that's certainly the model to get. And new for 2027, the front passenger memory seating system with the Smart Posture Care, the power bolster, and the cushion extension, along with the ergo motion. This is now going to be a new feature that's going to be available on the 3.5T Prestige and the Prestige Black model. And regarding the exterior colors, we have three new colors. We have the Bearing Blue, the Cirrus or Ceres Blue, along with the Ceres Blue Matte. But they have dropped the Capri Blue, the Store Green, and the Store Green Matte. So if you like those colors, well, I'm sorry, that's now gone. And regarding the interior color known as the Bordeaux Brown / Slate Gray, that is no longer available for 2027. And we also have the official prices here, but I'll get to that in a moment. Now I want to transition into talking about the coupe updates. So regarding the coupe model of the GV80, it only comes with the V6 engine, and there's three trim levels, and now those trim levels get an update to their name. Okay, so the entry-level model, it's now going to be known as the 3.5T Advanced All-Wheel Drive, and the next two models of the GV80 coupe, they actually come with something known as the 3.5T ESC engine. So this is the E-supercharged 3.5-liter turbocharged V6 engine. It's not an actual supercharger, it's just an electric boost. So this more powerful engine option, it's only available with the upper trim levels of the GV80 coupe. And for 2027, these models, they will now be known as the Prestige and the Prestige Black. So you have those trim level name changes. And the next update, it is just really depressing. So the new entry level 3.5T Advanced All-Wheel Drive model, well yeah, it's got a new name, but it's losing out on a lot of features. So previously, the 2026 entry level coupe, it came with Nappa leather seats. Well now, it's been downgraded to just regular leather seating surfaces. And they have removed a ton of features like the microfiber suede headliner, that's gone. I love it when car makers offer this. So sad to see them removing that with the entry-level model, but it just gets worse. They removed the heated front center console armrest. Previously, the second row seats were power. Well, now it's manual, and the second row seats, they are now only heated. Previously, they were also ventilated, so they removed the ventilation. They removed the soft close doors. They removed the digital center mirror. They removed the active noise control, which actually does make a difference. It's a good technology. It works rather well with the Genesis vehicles that come with it, so it's sad to see that gone. They also removed the rear electronic slip differential, the ELSD, that's gone, and they removed the mood curator. So yeah, the entry-level coupe model sees a big downgrade. If this is a model that you've been wanting, then try your best to find a 2026 that's been sitting on the lot. Otherwise, you're definitely gonna have to step up to the E-supercharged models if you want these more premium features added back in. And apparently they are removing the rear exterior badges for 2027 on the coupe models, okay? And the black brake calipers, that's now only available when you go with the Prestige Black model. And the mood curator, that's only available on the Prestige and the Prestige Black for the coupe. And the new feature that we saw in the SUV model that also continues with the coupe, that front passenger memory seating system with the Smart Posture Care, the power bolster, and the cushion extension / ergo motion, that's now available with the Prestige and Prestige Black model of the coupe. And regarding the exterior colors, we have the Ceres Blue and the Ceres Blue Matte, but they have dropped the Capri Blue and the Mana Red on the coupe models. And the regular Prestige model, it's going to get the Savella Red / Obsidian Black with the black stitching. That interior color, if you like it, it's only available with the regular Prestige. And we have a new interior trim known as newspaper wood garnish. And it's not really new, it was previously available on the entry-level model. Well, now that particular trim is now going to be available with the Prestige model. And you can still get carbon fiber as well when you go with select interior colors if you don't want this newspaper wood. Anyway, the spun aluminum garnish, another interior trim. Well, this was previously not offered, so this really is a new interior trim option that's going to be available on that new entry-level advanced model. And again, we have the official prices here as well. I'll actually start off with the coupe prices because I just got done talking about how many features got removed on the new entry-level GV80 coupe. Well, despite them doing that, the MSRP has dropped by quite a bit. It now starts at $77,200. Previously, the entry-level coupe, it started at $81,850, so over $4,600 cheaper than before. Comment below, let me know your thoughts if that's actually an okay trade-off for you, losing those features to save $4,600. But regarding the new Prestige model, that's going to be $88,500, about $900 more expensive than before. And the Prestige Black, that's going to be $90,200. Previously, the Prestige Black was $89,400. And regarding the SUV, we do have a price increase across the board for every trim level. And make sure to add $1,595 as a destination charge to all of the prices listed. So a GV80 rear-wheel drive 4-cylinder, it's going to start at $58,850, and the Prestige Black all-wheel drive, it's going to top out at $84,100 now. So that's your price range on the GV80 SUV. Personally, I do think that the 4-cylinder advanced or the 4-cylinder Prestige trim level would be one of the better value propositions in the GV80 lineup. Yes, of course, it's the V6 that actually completes this package because this is a rather large SUV. So the power output is as follows. The 4-cylinder, it produces 300 horses and 311 pounds-feet of torque. The V6 produces 375 horsepower and 391 pounds-feet of torque. Premium fuel is apparently recommended according to their own official press release and spec sheets. For the average family who doesn't even know or care about engines, I think the 4-cylinder is fine. I think most people just like the looks of this SUV, along with the features that you can get. It's the features that most people value. And the Advanced is good. The Advanced actually comes with 20-inch wheels. The Prestige models, they come in 22s, and we do not have here air suspension with any of these models. And it's usually the vehicles that come with the air ride that have the really smooth plush ride quality that isolates out all the bumps. So without it, I guess maybe sticking with the 20s would be a good idea for this SUV. Whenever I got a GV80 to test with the larger 22s, it was a bit jittery over certain bumps. And we do have the double pane glass on the front side windows as standard across the board. However, the Prestige models, both for the 4-cylinder and the V6, they get the double pane glass for the rear side windows as well. And that stuff actually does make a difference. I was also surprised to see that the Advanced and the Prestige of the 4-cylinder, they both come with the leather seats. If you want the Napa leather seats, you do have to step up to the V6 Prestige models. And I'm talking about the SUVs here because it's the SUV that I feel like most families want, not really the coupe, and I'm sharing with you all of the official documents here. You do get the heated seats as standard across the board for the front seats, and if you want the ventilated front seats, that begins with the Advanced 4-cylinder model. And if you value the Ergo Motion driver seat, you get that on the Prestige models and up. And it is a good feature. It does help you to be a little less fatigued. If you want the heated rear seats, you do have to get the 4-cylinder Prestige and up. The Bang & Olufsen upgraded audio system, you do get that with the advanced trim level of the 4-cylinder and beyond. You do get the useful safety tech features as standard across the board, including the blind spot monitoring and the rear cross traffic alert. The 360 camera, that comes available on the advanced trim levels and up. So yeah, I just think that the advanced would satisfy most families. Prestige certainly does come with some additional good features, even on the 4-cylinder, but again, probably not worth it to most families, and you get to avoid the 22-inch wheels as well. We do have a pretty large fuel tank here, 21.1 gallons, that's decent. And the 4-cylinder all-wheel drive models, they will be getting 19 city, 24 highway. The V6 models, 17 city, 22 highway. So yeah, pretty abysmal fuel economy, especially on that V6. That's one of the cons regarding Genesis. they do not have the same level of real-world fuel economy as the German rivals. The trunk capacity, that is quite good, especially when you have the third row seats folded down, 36.5 cubic feet. That is larger than even a Mercedes-Benz GLE. And yeah, as promised at the beginning of this video, here's how you can save on new luxury vehicles. You can reach out to AutoCompanion. He is one of the largest car brokers in the United States. They have partner dealerships both in Washington, D.C. and in California. And on brands like BMW, Audi, Mercedes, Lexus, Porsche, Volvo, they have between 10 to 12% off the sticker price on essentially all of the core models like your X3s, X5s, X7s, especially for 2026. And yes, he does have discounts even on Lexus SUVs as well. On the Audi vehicles, he's at about 10% off the sticker price. Sadly, they do not represent Genesis. However, since this video is talking about Genesis, if you want to try negotiating on your own, AutoCompanion does have a free leasing calculator on his website. So if you never understood leasing, well, this calculator can certainly help you out. This will show you the interest rate of a lease, the residual values, and the incentives that you can get in your local zip code. So this is truly a dealership level tool that's available for you at no cost. And again, it updates every month. So I actually just ran numbers on the prestige trim level of both the 4-cylinder and the V6. I used Pennsylvania as the example state, assuming you have perfect credit and you're putting no money down. The 2-year lease is the best option. The payment on the 4-cylinder, it was $830 a month. The V6 Prestige, it was $924 a month. And there's about a $10,000 delta between the V6 and the 4-cylinder Prestige model. And I did apply a 10% off discount off the MSRP. Can you get that? I mean, I really don't know. A lot of people on the Lease Hacker forum, they have said that Genesis is kind of a pain to negotiate on, but if you can get a dealership to play ball, 10% off is the minimum that I would take off of a Genesis, because these things, they do tank in value. The GLE Benz is the one that has the highest resale value amongst this SUV, along with the X5 and the Q7 Audi. This tanks pretty much just as hard as the X5 and the Audi Q7, which means it's not good. And 10% off, that's the dealer discount that I am expecting to get. For the 4-cylinder, there's like a $500 conquest credit. On the V6, there's actually a $1,500 conquest credit and a $1,500 loyalty bonus as well. On the 4-cylinder, it's only a $500 loyalty bonus. So that's known as the manufacturer incentive. That's going to stack on top of whatever dealer discount you're able to negotiate. And obviously say no to any dealer add-ons, nitrogen fees, tint fees, any of those shenanigans. Always say no to that stuff. But if you just don't want to deal with any of that and you would rather just use AutoCompanion's car buying service where everything is pre-negotiated for you and you don't have to fight or haggle with the dealership, you can certainly do that for the other luxury brands that he carries. They do charge a concierge fee to access their deals. If you mention my channel, I will be compensated, but they will also take $50 off of their fee, and I really appreciate them doing that for my audience because they really do have some of the best new luxury car prices in the entire country. So all of their information, along with this free leasing calculator, it'll be linked in the description box of this video. If you found value with this content, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you again for watching. Take care and goodbye.